Everyone, and welcome to another episode of Conversations with My Son. I'm joined by my favorite podcaster and co host,
Kian!
and we are joined by our favorite, also almost co host now.
Trisha!
Hello, Kian. Hello, Trisha. Welcome back to the episode. Glad to have you guys on.
It's great to be doing another podcast.
Great. So, I think today's topic is going to be super fun. I use the word super, Kian, because this is one of your ideas that you wanted to chat about. It is about.
Superpowers!
Okay, so I'm going to start with you, Kian, since this was your topic, and then we'll go to Trisha. But if you could have any one superpower for the day, what would it be and why?
Super speed!
Super speed, so like running really fast.
Yes.
Kind of like that guy in The Incredibles, the kid in The Incredibles. Dash. He ran super fast. Why is it super speed? Why do you like super speed as your power?
Mm, because speed is my thing, and I like playing sports, and mostly speed is required in some sports, I'm just someone who likes I just like speeds.
You like speed. Trisha, let's go to you. If you had a superpower for a day, what would that be?
Freezing powers!
Freezing powers. And where do you get inspired about these freezing powers from? Who's your hero that inspires you for freezing powers?
Elsa!
Elsa from Frozen, of course. You've told us this before. It has to be Elsa. So, if Trisha, if you had freezing powers for a day, what would you do with it?
Ice skate?
You would ice skate, so you would make everything into ice, so you could skate around and slip around and slide around. You like ice skating that much, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Great. So one is speed, one is freezing. You both have individual or different powers. Kian, if you got your superpower early in the morning one day, say tomorrow you woke up and you were given the power of speed, what would be the first thing you would do with your superpower?
Run to school super fast because it might be super cold.
Okay, and
Because
then
Trisha might have done some weird stuff with her freezing power.
oh, so you want to beat Trisha with her freezing power. Trisha, if you woke up tomorrow with your freezing power, what is the first thing you would do? And don't say you would freeze mama and papa.
I would freeze the pot and ice skate fast to school.
Wow, that's interesting. So both of you said the same thing. You would actually like to get to school in a hurry. That's how much you guys love school, huh?
Because it might be super cold. Because it might naturally be so cold.
Ah. And if tomorrow you got your superpower in the morning and only you two knew it, so if tomorrow somehow magically you woke up and you both had a superpower, would you tell us you have the superpower, or would you keep it a secret? Would you be quiet about it?
Keep it a secret.
Trisha would keep it a secret. Kian, what would you do?
Surprise you. I'd surprise you too.
But that means you would keep it a secret. You would not wake up and say, "Oh, Mama, Papa, we've got a superpower today."
Yes, but I will bring you out and tell you I have a surprise for you. Then.
Wow.
And then I would freeze. Then I would give you ice skates.
Wow, you would give us ice skates, so we would get a chance to skate right away. Amazing.
Yeah. And then when I freeze the floor, you can ice skate straight away.
Do you think having a superpower would change your day, your daily routine? Like in the morning, you wake up, you sort of get ready, you go to school, you come back, you do your activities, homework, blah blah blah. Okay, and if you had speed, do you think this would change your daily activities or your daily routine?
No, it would just make it faster.
But it would change it. You would just do everything faster, right?
Yeah.
And you would have more time to do stuff.
Yeah.
So if you had more time to do stuff, what else would you do in the day with your super speed now?
finish my logo for school.
That's only one time, but what else would you do?
Hmm. Hmm. Play.
Play more playtime. Trisha, if you had your superpower for a day, and do you think it would change your day for your daily routine?
Yeah.
What would be the difference?
I'm favorite cloud.
You would freeze
My
your clothes. They'd be cold.
yeah, my school guys I'm gonna pack them on and go to school. Then I'll clothes for the day. Then come back, change, freeze my clothes, and put them on. Then go back to my daily
But
routine.
wouldn't you feel cold in your frozen clothes? Oh my
Oh,
goodness!
she might put. Might have done ice lollies in
Ice lollies. Oh yes, that's actually
ice lolly clothes.
ice
I would make ice lollies every day. But you
every
only
day.
have the
That's such an amazing superpower. I wish you get it so we can have ice lollies every day, Trisha. Okay, that's amazing. Now, okay, so you would speed up your daily routine. You would do different things in your daily routine. Would you use your superpowers to go on an adventure, or would you prefer to just stay home and do your regular stuff?
adventure.
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 What kind of an adventure, Kian?
Hmm. Stepping baddies.
Stopping baddies. Trisha, what kind of adventure for you?
Looking for cats.
Cats! Why would you be looking for cats with freezing powers?
Yeah, because I freeze things.
So you would freeze the cats? Is that what you're saying?
No, I would freeze the trees, and they would freeze everything, but not me.
Wow.
Because I control them.
Amazing. Okay. So let me ask you one thing. Obviously, Trisha, you mentioned this. Your superpower is inspired by your favorite superhero, which is Elsa. Kian, who is your superpower inspired by? Who's the superhero that inspires you for speed?
Like some usually super like many people some like many superheroes have are pretty quick. So I just got it like me. I just got it like from I just got it randomly and I just like speed.
Okay, so you're not inspired by any particular superhero about speed.
No.
Ah, okay. Let me tell you. Okay, so you're not inspired by a superhero, but if you had your superpower and you were also given a chance to team up with a superhero, who would you team up with? Trisha, I know your answer. Who would you team up with?
Elsa.
Elsa. Kian, who would you team up with?
Yoshi, because he has the power to eat like this apple, and then he can turn it into something that can give you new power.
Oh, so you would be Yoshi from Mario. Wow.
No,
No, you would team up with Yoshi. Okay, so you would have the speed and he would eat up the the stuff on the way.
Yeah, the baddies.
Wow. And okay, let me. So sometimes having a superpower can make you seem a bit greedy, or it can make you do some things that are wrong. Do you think having a superpower would make you do wrong things? Would it make you a villain, possibly?
Nah.
Nah. Trisha, how about you?
Nah. I would I would team up with Elsa. Then I would freeze everybody.
But isn't that a bad thing? Would you?
No, I would just freeze the trees.
But trees, why would you freeze the trees?
But then you get more oxygen to shoot.
Correct. Why would you do that?
And you could.
You would just use your superpowers for good, right?
You could make another Alice in Winter Wonderland. Yeah, I would make everything cold.
Wow, you really do like
this place
the cold.
a Winter Wonderland, except for all the houses. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so now you both prefer to be good, which I like. That's a good answer. That you wouldn't use it for the wrong reasons, and you wouldn't be villains. Do you think having a superpower usually comes with responsibilities? Does it mean you have to use it for good, take it sensibly, do the right thing with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Why do you think so, Kian?
Because because God told Moses to do 10 commandments, and he said, and I think one of them was always be good.
Always be good, yeah. And if so, okay, you guys would do good, but assume you knew somebody else who was given a superpower, for similar superpower as you for the day, and they did something bad with it. How would you stop them?
Make it super. I can run super fast. So, and super speed make things going too fast on sand makes it stir up and kind of make a tornado.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will tell them to come and catch me, and then I would be like into the and I would bring them to like a beach, and then and actually no, like a desert for a little while. Then we'll be like going around them super speed, and there's a tornado around them, and then they get whirled away.
But what kid? This person would also have super speed. So how would you control them with their super speed superpower? Would it be a battle of who is faster, or would you try to show them the good, or would you convince them otherwise to be good and use their superpowers for the good?
But Trisha would also be there, so she can freeze them.
There you go. So I was waiting for that. You were going to team up. I was hoping you would say you would team up and they would freeze up.
So she could make freeze them. Then I will be around them super speed, and then we'll go away. Then I can free the whole floor. Then they would be sleeping everywhere.
Oh yes, and they would not have skates anymore.
And the tornado, and then there will be a tornado going all there.
Wow. Okay, so you would team up to do it. Now let me ask you one other thing. So, okay, you're waking up tomorrow and you're given one superpower. We know what you would do with that superpower. Assume you were given a chance to have two superpowers now, and you woke up with two. Which would be the second one you'd like to have, Kian?
Can we skip 1 to 3?
No, first think of two, Kian.
Okay, but then later can we skip 1 to 3?
Yes, can you?
Yes. Flying powers.
So you would have speed and you would have flying, and then what's the third one?
Teleporting.
Teleporting. Wow. Okay, so it's all about movement for you. Trisha, how about you? If you had the choice of two superpowers, you chose freezing, and what would be the second one?
Tennis.
Tennis is not a superpower. It's a sport, Trisha. Oh my goodness.
I think I can convert that into something. She could make an energy tennis racket, and then if they're baddies and she hits them, it will like kind of hit them really badly.
So some kind of a weapon, probably. Okay, fine. So that's fine. All right. I think this has been an interesting episode. I hadn't planned or thought for it, but we went quite in depth into superpowers, and we figured out what each of your superpowers and strengths was. I'm glad you're both going to use it for good and not to do naughty or bad things. And you'd also be able to control people with it. Kian, any questions for me on superpowers?
What would your power be? And Trisha, can you also tell us your third power?
Trisha, okay, let's finish your third superpower. And don't say football now.
Flying.
Flying. So you and Kian would like flying both. All right. Okay, so that's good to know. Okay, my superpower of choice.
You can choose 3 as well.
Oh, I can choose 3. So my first would be, I'd love to be able to read people's minds, to be able to see what they're thinking, what's going on in their brain, and what their thought process is. That's the first. The second is I'd like to then use my brain to change the way they're thinking and convince them to think my way. That would be
hypnotizing, basically.
Kind of something like that. So that way, people will always do what I want them to do and what I'm thinking. So that would be my second superpower.
Third?
And my third would be to travel in time. I'd love to go back in time to change a few things, or go forward in time to see how things are going to evolve. Those would be my three superpowers. So in a way, it's a bit like teleporting, but teleporting in time. That's how I would like to do superpowers.
Yeah.
Let me ask you one more question. Since I thought about this as we were talking, if you could give someone one superpower, who would you give one superpower to?
My best friend Jeremy.
Trisha, who would you give one superpower to?
My best friend Harriet.
Harriet. Okay. So Kian, you would give it to Jeremy. You now at this point in time, you have the superpower of speed. You can give Jeremy another superpower, not speed. So which one would it be?
So we both have speed now.
No, you would give him a separate superpower. So which one would it be?
Hmm. He can transform into a plane.
Into a plane. Okay, so he's got transforming powers. Trisha, what would be the superpower you would give your friend Harriet?
And I gave her first. I'm gonna give her flying powers as well.
Flying power. So you have freezing and she would have flying. Okay, so that's your superpowers that you would have, and that's how you could work together. All right, guys, this has been amazing. I think we've covered a lot of topics in superpowers, and it's interesting to hear how you think about it and how you would use these superpowers. So, Kian, we've reached the end of our episode, and usually we sign off with a key lesson or a piece of advice from you. So, how about you leave our audience with your thoughts of wisdom?
Hmm. Superpowers. Uh. They don't use them for bad.
Good. That's what I was thinking as well. I was thinking about how to use your powers wisely. In every sense, we're all given some kind of a power or some kind of a skill or some kind of enhancement at which we're good at, which we're better than others at. And as long as we use it for the right and as long as we use it for good, this world will be a better place. So that's good advice. Don't use it for bad, use it for good, and, use your superpowers wisely. With that, we'll say goodbye. Trisha, thank you for joining us again. And Kian, thank you for having another episode. It's been fun. Join us wherever you listen to our podcasts, on Apple, on Spotify, on YouTube, wherever you do, every Friday at 10 a.m. UK time. Until then, see you next time.
Bye.